Hey everyone, welcome to an all-Canadian edition of Regal's Rundown. My name's Zach and I'm here with head volleyball coach Lee Anderson. So coach, last night you're coming off a tough loss against Duluth and we're looking forward to St. Cloud. How do you see the game going against St. Cloud?
You know, I think we match up with St. Cloud really well. They're very similar to us. They can bring a lot of offense when they're in system. You know, they're dynamic, they're athletic, but I think it's a real good matchup for us. Duluth put it on us pretty good last night, so hopefully we'll rebound this weekend.
Well, I hope you guys do too. Seeing the conference this year, there's 6 Northern Sun teams in the top 10 in the nation. How is it really? How are you guys really supposed to compete with the high level of competition that you guys have in your conference?
Yeah, volleyball is probably the NSIC in volleyball is probably the premier conference in the country. I think it's the toughest sport that we have in our conference, and having 6 teams in the top 10 really shows that. You know, we've even got 7 teams in the top 20. So it's a challenge for us every day to compete with those big dogs that we get to see in conference play. But you know, I think that's what makes it great. I think that's what makes our conference great, is that every day we're going to play a top level opponent. In conjunction with that, every day if you don't bring your A game, you can get beat, doesn't matter where you're ranked. So that's how good our conference is, but it's definitely a challenge week in and week out, but that's what makes it fun.
And it must make you guys improve as well.
I think so. You know, I think we really work to beat our best day in and day out, because we know the level of competition is going to be fantastic, and I think it really pushes us to maximize our ability every time we step on the court. So
this year you only brought in one freshman, and you have a lot of your players coming back. So who do you think has come along really since last year?
You know, it's been great to see some of our sophomores come along. You know, Kelly Shopcom's had a real good first month. Sabrina Lewis had a good first month. You know, we do return a lot from last year's team. We only lost our senior outside hitter, Steph Pearson, so we only had to bring in one. So there was a lot of players that have a lot of experience now in our roster. You know, we've played 16 out of 17 players so far this year, and that's probably the most we've ever played by this time. So it's fun to see them develop. You know, we need our older kids to continue to play to the level they're capable of, and if they do that, we'll be fine.
All right, well, since this is a all-Canadian edition of Regal's Rundown, I thought I would ask you a volleyball question relevant to Canada.
Oh, nice.
So, I know you had past coaching experience in Canada at Lakehead. Yeah. So how does coaching in Canada compare to coaching at the D2 level in the US?
You know, it's really, really different actually, because the Canadian season is a lot longer. You know, they start right around Labor Day, and nationals aren't until March. You know, so it's a little bit more of a marathon, where ours is a 12-week sprint. So it's a little different from that perspective. So looking at periodization of training and days off to try and maintain for a 6-month season is a little bit different. The level in the U.S. is definitely higher. Even at the Division II level, you know, our top teams in our conference, I think, would win the Canadian division, because a lot of the top Canadian kids come down to the U.S. anyway. Right. You know, so it's a little different, but it's great. When, you know, it was awesome when Lakehead came down here to scrimmage us in preseason and whatnot. That was a lot of fun. It's good for them to get a little bit of experience versus what we do and how we do things. We run a little faster in the U.S. So it's definitely different. But it's a lot of fun when we get to sort of intermix there a little bit.
All right, well, everyone, thank you for watching, and tune in to watch UMC face off against St. Cloud tomorrow, and see you guys later.